Hi Cancer, and welcome to your monthly love predictions reading. So lovely to have you here, Cancer. Before we get into it, I just need to say it is raining at the time that I'm filming your reading. Unfortunately, it's going to be raining all week, so I really couldn't delay these readings. They are monthly love predictions readings starting from the middle of March all the way to the middle of April. And the way that this reading will work is I'll be pulling an oracle card first, which will tell us the main theme that your sign will experience when it comes to love for the month ahead. I'll then be getting specific messages that can tell you more information about what you're likely to experience over the next month through tarot. And we're going to close your reading with some advice. So this reading is intended for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Risings, or those who have strong Cancer placements. If you are here checking up on a Cancer and you don't have Cancer placements, that's fine. I just need you to know I'm a very honest reader. So if you see or hear something that you don't like, you have been warned. Cross-watch at your own discretion. So let's get into it, shall we? What is the main theme in love that Cancer is most likely to experience for the month ahead? I feel a divvy of energy here. There's at least two possibilities for you, sweets, but this is the overall energy. We have Divine Mother Manifests, number 15. Now, Cancer, intuitively, I'm picking up that you have two different roads that you could go down when it comes to your love life. And I feel like this is because it has to do with your reaction to the circumstances that you're facing. You have this beautiful feminine energy about you, which I would liken to energy that is nurturing, energy that is caring, energy that is selfless and very giving. But I see that for some of you, this road that you go down, it could change depending on how caring, nurturing, giving you want to be on an ongoing basis. A lot of you are going to choose to set better boundaries or firmer boundaries with those around you to ensure that you aren't being taken advantage of in future interactions with the people that you love, with your partner or with a specific love interest. It feels like many of you are trying to balance out this nurturing, caring nature with this idea of obtaining what you deserve, like a balanced, reciprocated effort. So I do see an imbalance here with the number 15. I see challenges over how much you should give versus how much you should take. And I see most of you giving more than you are getting in the month ahead. So I don't necessarily like that for you because I have a soft spot for Cancers, but we're going to get tarot out to see what other information we can get and to better understand how to navigate the next month in love for yourself to ensure that you're not cutting yourself short. I want to say that this is always a strength, never a weakness. Having that divine mother energy about you is always a strength, but unfortunately some people see that and they take advantage of it. So let's get some tarot out. Spirit, what can Cancer expect when it comes to love over the next month? What can Cancer... We have the Six of Wands, so I do like this as the first card coming out. Beautiful. What can Cancer expect when it comes to love over the next month? Okay, we got the Devil card. Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. The Devil card coming out for you next. Cancer, your opposing sign is Capricorn in terms of the zodiac wheel. So zodiac, Cancer and Capricorn for me have that opposites attract energy about them, both cardinal signs. We also have the Lovers coming out shortly after the Devil card. So there we go. There's that balanced, imbalanced energy. Two roads, two possible outcomes. What is the final card for Cancer when it comes to love, please, Spirit? And we have Temperance. So I'm getting this energy of balance and choice and you really figuring out what you want to do and how you want to handle your situation when it comes to love. So I want to start over with the Six of Wands. This Six of Wands is telling us more about your first week of March, your first week in the month ahead. So this is like mid-March where we're at now. So Cancer, the Six of Wands indicates victory and success when it comes to love. But I want to say that this is coming about by way of feeling recognized. So I feel like as of this point, you should be feeling as though those around you who you love, not just the romantic people, but your loved ones, are praising you and appreciating you for the success, the efforts, and just the amount of work you put into those relationships and to your connections with them. It feels like you're in the spot to receive praise, or in a position to receive praise. And I want to say with the Six of Wands that this is something that feels well overdue for a lot of you. It feels like you put in a lot of effort to get to that point. It feels like this is more about your loved ones seeing you in that position, but it could indicate success in a personal relationship in terms of like a romantic relationship as well. The thing about that Six of Wands is the main thing I'm seeing is victory and recognition. So something in your personal love life has been a success to the point where you feel recognized for your efforts towards that. This is going to play out mid-March so in the next week. Let me get a clarifying card and see if there's anything else Spirit can tell us. What is going on with the Six of Wands for Cancer when it comes to love, please, Spirit? Hi, we got a lot of cards that just fell out. Okay, the Two of Swords in the upright position is clarifying that Six of Wands. So I don't know how I feel about that, if I'm honest. Did anything else fall down? It did, but it landed face down, so we're not going to actually look at that card. So Cancer, excuse me, I'm moving my necklace out of the way because I don't like it being there, and it does cause interference with the microphone, which is annoying. I should have done that beforehand. So Cancer, this victory, this feeling of success, it may be short-lived, only because it's wonderful for people to see you for who you are and for what you've put in, but it's something that seems to only be temporary. It's like out of sight, out of mind situation. So it does feel like a temporary feeling of relief and recognition, but it feels like it needs to be followed up with a conversation in order to feel appreciated on a regular basis. I want to say with the Two of Swords that this puts your mind at ease temporarily, but it also leads to a lot of questions and a lot of reflection, and it makes you wonder how to get more of this on a regular basis. You're feeling good here in that first week of the month, which will be mid-March because of this reading. So it feels like this is a beautiful feeling now, but how can we get more of it? How can we ensure that those that love us recognize us for our efforts towards them on a regular basis? That's the real question you'll be asking yourself. Why am I still not happy? Maybe another question. So in the second week of the month ahead, which will be the end of March, we have this Devil card here. And it's so interesting. This Devil card actually has 3 people on it. They're very naked, so I'm going to be very careful about what I show you. But 3 people, one sort of devilish character in the middle, and then we have these 2 people with wings on their backs behind them. So it kind of feels like your love life hits a turning point here at the end of March where things seem to get complicated. And it feels like there could be external interference because of those 3 people on this card. It feels as though there may be others making questions or remarks about your love life that has you feeling very unsupported, and also has you feeling almost attacked in some ways. So I feel a defensive energy here at the end of March. Even if you're single and people are saying, why are you still single? You're defending yourself and you're feeling attacked. But if you're in a relationship, I feels like someone has something to say about your relationship and you don't like it because it is actually throwing rocks at a glass house. It's highlighting issues that you know within your subconscious are true and present. So you don't like that, and it's like somebody making an earthquake happen on an already ravaged landscape. You don't really think your relationship or your situation can deal with that kind of interference and criticism. So the other thing about this Devil is that that's where the imbalance really starts to show for you. Regardless of what somebody else says to you, Cancer, by the end of March, you're going to be looking at your love life and realizing how imbalanced the situation has become between what you are getting versus what you are giving. And it feels like what you've been trying thus far has been instantly gratifying, like a band-aid situation. You can't do it for much longer. You don't know how much longer this can work. So Spirit, what else can you tell Cancer about that Devil card? We're also being shown the Hanged Man, so something that was already revealed to us is being highlighted again, to the point where Spirit's like, you can't delay this awareness any longer. It's time to take action based on what you know. You're almost putting your head in the sand there and trying to ignore information that is obvious. The other thing about that Hanged Man is that it's reversed because the perspective has already been revealed to you, but you're ignoring it in a way where you do maybe feel attacked or defensive. So it's about being wiser and learning from the mistakes or from the setbacks or from the changes and from the things that make you feel uncomfortable and sad. And I think that that's what's arising in that second week of March. Moving on to our third week, we have the Lovers card here. And this is where we have the opportunity in the first week of April to start to balance out the things in our love life that we don't appreciate. The things that were imbalanced are now having the opportunity through decisive action and thought to become more harmonious. I want to say that if you're in a relationship, the first week of April is a great opportunity for you and your partner to start to communicate about the things that have been highlighted in the previous weeks or days. I think that a serious decision needs to be made. And for most of you, if you're not at a point where you're comfortable talking to somebody else about it or your partner about it, at the very least, your mind is made up here by the beginning of April. What has Cancer decided to do, Spirit? By the beginning of April, we have the Five of Cups. Yeah, you're disappointed, but it's time to change the way that you feed love into this situation. You feel sad, you feel let down, and you feel like you need to talk about your feelings. You will be opening up to someone, but I feel that for some of you, you're not going to be opening up to your partner. You may be opening up to someone who is very similar to you, a close friend or a close sibling, someone who feels like a sibling, a sister is what I'm hearing, but that won't be the case for all of you. It just feels like you're feeling disappointed, you're feeling defeated and sad, and you want this to change. So you are trying to open up and vent in that first week of April. And it feels like this conversation should be had with your partner or with whoever you're dealing with when it comes to love. But most of you are going to be opening up to a trusted companion instead. Your mind is made up and it feels like your heart is aching here, and you have some weight to offload. So I do see venting. Spirit, is there anything Cancer needs to know? We have the Ten of Wands. It's time to unburden yourself. This is an opportunity for you to really lighten the load that you've been carrying on your shoulders by way of responsibility in your loving connections. And Spirit's highlighting to me with the Divine Mother Manifest card that this isn't just your romantic relationship, sweets. You've been taking on a lot with others around you as well. So first week of April, offloading responsibilities, offloading burdens, identifying your sadness, identifying the disappointments, venting, opening up, making your mind up, and having a conversation with someone you trust about how you feel. So let's look at that fourth week now, which will be the second week of April. Mid-April, we have Temperance in the reverse position. So Cancer, I don't not like this, but I wish that it wasn't happening in that way for you. It feels like, based on what you've discussed here, based on what you've decided here, in the first week of April, the second week is creating disturbing sort of energy, in the sense of you're disturbing the peace. You're feeling pissed off, some of you. There is a sense of like arguments here in the second week, and I think that this at the very least is just your energy feeling very challenged and feeling very frustrated. You're feeling impatient, you're feeling unappreciated. You started the week feeling incredible, but knowing that it was only short-lived. So you're ending this month feeling like, how can I get that back? And why isn't that a regular thing? Temperance reversed is usually a separation of energies as well. So you may be taking time away from a partner or seeking time away to save yourself from saying or doing something that you're going to regret. I feel like with Temperance reversed, there is a feeling of disturbing the peace here, and I think some of you are doing this intentionally in order to create the change in your relationships that you want. What else is going on with Cancer here with Temperance reversed, please, Spirit? We have the Judgment card reversed, so someone could be bringing something up from the past which is causing disharmony. Something in the past is being highlighted here in that second week of April, which is the last week of this monthly reading, and it's causing disharmony. It's making you think about it. And honestly, when judgment's reversed, it makes you think that, geez, somebody made a poor decision. They could have, would have, should have handled that situation better. It could have to do with family, children for some of you. It could have to do with money. Somebody made a foolish decision when it comes to their income or what they chose to invest their income in. Someone feels like they have to defend themselves, but they're kind of talking out of defense mode, not really logically. So things could be said that are regretted. I'm also seeing that this situation may have needed to arise sooner, but we just didn't have the time to talk about this. So it's kind of coming up now. It also feels like a rushed conversation, though. I'm sensing that some of you are frustrated by how this information comes your way, especially if it has to do with the past. It could have happened or been handled better sooner. I feel like you don't want to make any rush choices, though, so you're trying to separate yourself from the destructive nature of the information, and you're trying to give yourself time to process what you're learning. This will ultimately lead to a rebirth, a new beginning, but something has to end in order for that to happen. And I see that this is not going the way that somebody planned. So if you're dealing with a fire sign or someone who has a temper, they feel very upset that you found out, and that you found out the way that you did. This person feels threatened and they don't want to lose you. If you're single, this is a loved one who feels like they have a hold over you and they're afraid of you walking out and owning your own power. It feels like this information has been trying to come your way for some time, but you've turned a blind eye towards it. I'm seeing that you're dealing with someone who has very similar energy to you, though. You both have the temper, maybe. Not necessarily. You could just both be very similar energies, or the kind of energies that you assumed were going to last a long time. It feels like this results in someone fleeing the scene, taking time off, traveling. It could be you, sweets, wanting to get away and find peace. So you're taking spontaneous action, and ultimately trying to find peace. I feel like the situation involves the two of you understanding what you both want in order to move forward. I'm seeing that this situation needs a healing conversation, but I also think that this is a case of finally addressing the elephant in the room that may have been in that corner for a long time. So whatever happens here in that Temperance Week, it's mostly to kind of help you awaken to what is already happening around you. With Judgment reversed, it's nothing that hasn't already happened. It's something that's already happened in the past that just needs to be known now in your present. So what is the overall advice for Cancer, Spirit? What is the overall advice for Cancer? Oops. What is the overall advice for Cancer? Spirit wants to show us tranquility in the reverse position. So we have the number 43 on this card. Tranquility is also associated with violet flowers in this deck and the air elements. So we're looking at Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So I do see Gemini here with the Lovers. I see Capricorn. I see Sagittarius. But I want to say with Tranquility reverse, Spirit is saying sometimes things need to be disruptive in order for us to understand how best we can get our peace. This is about obtaining peace in the long term for you, sweets, and not sort of band-aiding situations, because I think that what was being highlighted in the next month for you are patterns that need to be broken out of, cycles that need to be broken out of, because they're only band-aid, instantly gratifying solutions. Long term, you're going to see that changes need to be made into your love life, especially if you're in a relationship. If you're single, you're identifying patterns of behavior that are not healthy, or at least aren't, I hate to say not healthy, but at least aren't helping you get to where you want to be. And this looks like behavior that is self-sabotaging, or behavior that is limiting your overall progress towards the outcome that you want. You're identifying that you're not getting the recognition you deserve from your loved ones and from your lover if you're seeing somebody. If you're single, you feel like you're getting a boost in your confidence right now at the start of your month, but by the end of the month, you're feeling very frustrated by the fact that your past keeps coming back, or this recurring issue from your past keeps coming back. So pay attention, because this is your chance at the end of this month, in the middle of April, to finally bury the hatchet and let your past stay where it is. Pay attention to the information and learn from it so you can move forward once and for all, gaining the union, the harmony, the peace, the tranquility that you deserve. But it's very important you stop turning a blind eye to information, Cancer. Let that information guide you and steer you towards your peace and ultimately your growth, because you are this divine, feminine, mother, manifest energy. Changes need to happen in order for you to flourish under this energy and to be the best version of yourself with the best people around you that you can be. So I hope this reading was helpful for you, Cancer. Just remember, nothing is set in stone. All the information in here is aimed to inform you and offer you as much clarity as possible, but ultimately your future is in your hands. So if you hear or see something you don't like, just know you have the power to change everything through your actions, your thoughts, your intentions. Please look after your beautiful self. Check out your other signs if you feel you have messages in your sun, moon, rising, or other strong placements in your chart. It's been a pleasure to read for you, Cancer, and I shall connect with you very, very soon. Bye.